Hello all and welcome. And I am the MGTOW philosopher. And I am in a very solemn, depressed mood today as I find out that the Boy Scouts have officially opened the doors into the Boy Scouts for girls. Not just transgender girls, meaning that some girl would have to identify as a boy, which is bad enough. But it's not as horrible as an open door policy to all girls, because there's not lots of girls who are going to claim to be boys and act like boys just to get into the Boy Scouts. But this is 100% throwing open the doors and saying, girls, you're more than welcome to join. And the moment I read this, that REM song popped into my head. It's the end of the world as we know it. Except in this case, I don't feel fine. This is an absolute travesty. Travesty, and in my opinion, this heralds the end, the beginning of the end. Let's see what this story has to say, shall we? And forgive me if I'm not my usual energetic self. Maybe I'll read something that'll piss me off enough to shake. Now, this story comes directly from CNN. So, yeah, you know you can really trust this story. Well, at least you can perhaps trust the facts in it. You can't even really know if you can trust that when it's coming from CNN. But anyway, let's see what it has to say. The Boy Scouts of America Board of Directors has unanimously agreed to welcome girls into the Cub Scout program and to forge a path for older girls to pursue and earn the highest rank of Eagle Scout. The organization said Wednesday. The historic decision comes after years of receiving requests from family and girls, which you ignored and denied and said no because you should have, because you're the goddamn Boy Scouts and you're a private organization. But they receive federal money and the feminists were threatening to get their funds pulled. That's why they caved, people. I made a series of videos. You can find it in my video library. Boy Scouts of America said in a statement, the organization evaluated the results of numerous research efforts. No, you didn't. That's a lie. You didn't do any research. They threatened your bank book. What research did you do? Give me a break. Gaining input from current members and leaders. This is all a smokescreen to try and make themselves look more progressive and to explain away why it took them so long to join the rest of the mindless zombies who just do whatever the left tells them to do, who follow the party line without question, as well as parents and girls who've never been involved in scouting. Hello? Girl Scouts. Girl Scouts. My whole series of videos on this is under my playlist of politics. Go to my playlists and search through it. To understand how to offer families an important additional choice. Why do you have to offer an additional choice? Why do they need more choices? They have the Girl Scouts. So automatically, the feminists are saying that men are better by acknowledging that it's more advantageous to join the Boy Scouts than the Girl Scouts. The Girl Scouts isn't as good as the Boy Scouts. The Boy Scouts is better because it's the Boy Scouts, because it's made up of boys, men, and boys and men are better, so any organization they make is better than what we make. Right, okay. Why don't you just admit that? And then we can say no to you based on those petty wants of yours. Because you can't do something as good or interesting as we can. Too bad. To understand how to offer families important additional choice in meeting the character development needs of their children. I've got news for you, okay? Girls are not boys. And what you're wanting to do is try to teach these girls to be boys, try to teach them qualities that are advantageous to boys but are not advantageous to girls. Now, I know that you progressive idiots out there think that you can socially engineer society and turn girls into boys and boys into girls and make girls into bad versions of boys who are very unproductive and go out into society and don't do a very good job, but they're better debt machines than men and they're easier to control, so that's who you want out there working. basically running things. And meanwhile, the men become second-class citizens, even though they're the most productive people, and they still do all the grunt work. But at the upper echelons, you have women making all the money and running everything, and they're the best puppets. I'm aware of that, okay? And the real goal here isn't just to turn girls into boys, but the main goal is to destroy boys and men so they don't learn the necessary skills to be strong, independent thinkers. I talked about all this in my videos on this before when it was just being considered that girls would join the Boy Scouts. This is just so demoralizing to me. BSA. Notice they don't call themselves Boy Scouts of America. They've changed their name to BSA, which doesn't mean anything. It's supposed to be an anagram, but it's like KFC now. It doesn't mean anything. It's just their new name, BSA. Ought to just be BS. Said the move is also aimed at helping busy... it's not your job to help busy families. And your job, by the way, is to take in boys to... All right, it's not called the Boy Scouts anymore. I tell you, people... Progressivism, my butt. Progressivism, my ass. This is bullshit. Busy families consolidate programs for their children. They just don't want to lose their funding. And the higher-up CEOs, and yes, the fucking Boy Scouts has CEOs too. It has a CEO, managing director, president, whatever the fuck you want to call him. The guy makes a six-figure salary minimum. Probably $200,000-$300,000 a year. He's making six figures, and he wants to keep his cushy job, and he doesn't want to lose his federal funding. So yeah, I don't want to lose our money. So yeah, let's let women in. Okay, idiot. He doesn't care about the boys. He doesn't care about the majority of people who don't want this to happen. And we just have to virtue signal and follow political correctness, which is, by the way, a communist idea. Seems like we adopt the worst parts of other cultures and societies. Families today are busier and more, diverse than ever. I hate that word, diversity. Diversity does not bring strength. All diversity means is variety, and variety isn't necessarily a good thing. I can have a table full of fruit, many different kinds of fruit. But who says it's going to be fruit? Let's say it could be dirt, or fruit and ham, or fruit and dog shit. You know, some things don't go together, okay? Diversity doesn't necessarily mean strength or improvement. It's just these assumptions people make are based on no arguments, no foundational premises of any kind. Just, I believe it because I believe it because I believe it, and it's true because it's true. You know, circular reasoning and all that. Most are dual learners, and there are more single-parent households than ever before. Yeah, you know why that is? Because the same idiots that made you accept girls. Feminists. Making convenient programs that serve the whole family more appealing. Making convenient programs that say, oh, God, the BSA. Before, they were all against this stuff. It wasn't until the feminists threatened to petition to have their federal funding taken away because they're a private organization that they caved. And then, now they're trying to sound like, oh, they're all for it. No, you were never all for it. You're just trying to present yourself as some kind of heroes, as some kind of trailblazers of the left now, of progressivism, because you got no choice. It's been forced down your throat, so why not make the best of it, right? Boy Scouts of America has about 2.3 million youth members. That's going to change. I see that within the next 10 years being cut in half. I don't think the Boy Scouts understand that they have done significant damage to themselves and very soon will be going out of business. And, of course, the people running the Boy Scouts are just politicians, just like anybody else, and they're only concerned about their short-term survival. But they'll have, sure, in 10 years the Boy Scouts will be gone, but I'll be retired by then, so what do I care? Just like politicians. Youth members between the ages of 7 and 21, about 960,000 volunteers in the United States and its territories. This is such a travesty. The Boy Scouts is really going to be dead within the next 15, 20 years. I'm almost certain of it. Scouting leaders praise decision. I welcome the Boy Scouts' decision to integrate girls into their programs, tweeted Ahmed Al-Handawi. It's a weird name. Sounds like an Arab. Another low IQ moron. What the hell? Secretary and General and CEO of World Scouting. Wait. Scout leaders praise decision? I thought when they said Scout leaders, they were talking about Maybe, I don't know, like people like scout leaders within that like run actual chapters and shit. They're talking about the leadership. Well, of course, the leadership is saying they love it. They have to. It's been forced down their throat. Now they have to politicize it and get more support from the left. And so they are going to virtue signal, of course. He tweeted, "We affirm scouting commitment to girls' empowerment." What about boys' empowerment? The Boy Scouts, they do girls' empowerment? What about boys' empowerment? There's nothing mentioned about boy empowerment. So you see, the Girl Scouts has already been taken over by feminists. And you know it's just parents and mothers pushing these kids into the Girl Scouts. Because I did like 3 or 4 videos on this. And I showed that there were just a handful of girls in an entire state that wanted to join. But because, 5 or 6 girls want to join in an entire state, oh, well, we have to bend over backwards to help them. When was the last time anybody bent over backwards to help 4 or 5 boys in a majority girl situation? Huh? Never? I can't remember. Hell, when was the last time anybody bent over to help 4 or 5 boys, period? Today, the BSA, they changed their friggin' name. Oh, God, that's so stupid. Today, the BSA opens a new chapter. You're opening the end chapter, buddy. You're not opening you're opening a new chapter, right? The end in your history. Yeah, the death of the Boy Scouts should be entitled, tweeting the Boy Scouts Chief Scout Executive Mike Serbaugh. Today, the BS opens a new chapter in our history. Unanimous vote to welcome girls. Unanimous. Of course, you were going to lose your money. You were going to lose your money. Your salaries, or you all would have lost your jobs. Of course you let them in. Zach Walls, co-founder of the nonprofit Scouts for Equality. Why don't the girls just join that? I don't understand. And they have the... I've talked about this before. I'm about talked out on this. They have the Girl Scouts. They have equal representation. These guys it's not enough that they have their own group. They have to infest ours because everything we do is better. They have to be where we are. They don't find other women interesting. They hate other women. They want to be where men are. They can't be without men. They're like little children. We're like daddy. They need us. They need us like crack cocaine and heroin. They need us like a baby needs a pacifier. Said the development was yet another step forward. It's not progressivism, you idiot. And you saying so doesn't make it so. That is just dogma. Today, the Boy Scouts have made clear they have heard the millions of girls and their families. There aren't millions of girls who want to join you, motherfuckers. I did stories on this. There were news agencies looking for girls that wanted to join, calling out, call us, call our station. And they were able to get like 3 or 4 girls who came on together and wanted to join. It's not millions of girls, you morons. Of course, you throw open your gates and welcome them in. Then, yeah, there'll be a bunch of girls that'll join, but you don't let them be welcome. There's not going to be a bunch of girls showing up saying, we want in anyway. Okay? Jesus Christ, idiots. Today, the Boy Scouts made it clear they've heard millions of girls and their friends, all of the Scouts, all genders. What? Why? Wait a sec, he just said the Boy Scouts. It's the I thought I wouldn't get angry. It's the Boy Scouts, you moron. What part of that don't you get? We're not allowed to have our own spaces anymore. And by the way, people, the Girl Scouts still aren't allowing boys in. Do you know that? The Girl Scouts have still said boys cannot join. And CNN glanced over that like it was fucking nothing. There was these full members. They're in the rank of Eagle. An Eagle Scout. Ooh. Wallace said the future is bright for scouting in America. You moron. You can't start making girls and the boys and boys and the girls and expect the future to be bright. You're killing the country, you idiot. And standing in contrast to the Boy Scouts allowing girls in, the National Organization for Women had a mixed response to the Boy Scouts announcement. Of course, they still thought it was a good thing. Yeah, of course, they have to be politically correct. That the Boy Scouts have a long history of... What? Oh, you fucking cunts, you. You'll take any opportunity to bash men, won't you? The National Organization for Women had a mixed response. I think it's a good thing that the Boy Scouts have a long... And that the Boy Scouts have a long history of discrimination. No, they don't. That's like saying the Girl Scouts has a long history of discrimination. The Girl Scouts doesn't let boys in. It's not discrimination, you idiot. And even if it is, so what? You're allowed to discriminate. You're allowed to have boy-only groups, girl-only groups. Why can't you do that? It's a private group. See, the moment you take federal money, you are fucked in the ass because that money is like crack. You have to have it. It will kill you, but you don't care. You're addicted to that motherfucking money. They should be a privately funded organization. That's it. I mean, it should be funded by the parents of the kids that are in it and nothing more. They shouldn't have fucking high-priced, high-powered executives that are making six-figure salaries. That's insanity. You remove all that shit and the Boy Scouts can do whatever the fuck they want. I mean, at least until the feminists get the laws passed so that even private organizations can't do whatever they want and accept whoever they want. Long history of discrimination. They are taking action. Now, President Tony Van Pelt said the devil's in the details, and we need to wait and see how this plays out. Is that the same guy that was president before? Sounds like a different name than the guy that was president the last time I did a video when they accepted transgender girls in. And I said in that video, it's just going to be a matter of time before they just make it girls, all girls, not just transgender ones. And I was right. The news also received mixed emotions on social media, with some critics calling the move unnecessary and PC. Duh! Of course it's unnecessary, but only unnecessary if they don't want to keep their money. If they want to keep their money in their federal funding, well, it's kind of necessary. And it's for PC, dude. We took a capital punishment, and the way that we kill our prisoners from the Nazis. We've taken political correctness from the communist Chinese. I mean, we love to steal the worst parts of humanity from other countries and then integrate them into ours, don't you know? Donald Trump Jr. also weighed in saying, strange, I thought that's what the Girl Scouts were for. Well, somebody has a brain. Why isn't somebody else bringing up the Girl Scouts? Yeah, but the goal is not to destroy women. It's to destroy men. It continues to say, a new prestigious goal for girls. So it's not prestigious to be in the Girl Scouts and achieve the highest rank in the Girl Scouts because the Boy Scouts is really where all the power's at. Yeah, that's the centralization of the patriarchy among children. We have to destroy that as well. A decision to allow girls to achieve the rank of Eagle Scout is significant for several reasons. Oh, yeah. The rank of Eagle Scout is prestigious and widely recognized achievement. Ooh, yeah, big deal. One that can have long-term benefits in academic. That's it. That's why. And they want to have girls have even more advantage. So it's not so boys getting it. Oh, that's okay. But a girl who's getting it. Ooh, well, the old assumption, she had to work twice as hard and twice as long, which is a lie. They work about half as much and half as long to achieve the same things that men do because society is set up to serve them, and it is essentially tilted in their favor. So that myth is actually about 4 times wrong. Okay? Ay, ridiculous. Academic, professional, even military spheres. It's just an attempt to add more prestige, more seeming accomplishment to women so that they can advance even further beyond men than they already have. And we can become even more second-class citizens than we already are. Attorney General Jeff Sessions, Neil Armstrong, and former U.S. Secretary of Defense Gates are just a few notable men who have attained the rank of Eagle Scout. So what? Why don't you have something equivalent in the Girl Scouts? Why don't the girls change the Girl Scouts? If they don't like how the Girl Scouts are, then you change the Girl Scouts. You don't try to get into the Boy Scouts. Lazy bitches. Well, there's a rough equivalent in the girl. Oh, there you go. Well, there you go. Rough equivalent. Why? The honor's not nearly as well known as the... You stupid idiots at CNN are so lacking in critical thinking. You're already admitting that, but you are trying to argue for equality between the sexes. But now you're saying straight out that the boys are better than the girls. We are fucking better, and you're saying it. There's a rough equivalent in the Girl Scouts. It's just not as good. It's just not as good as the Boy Scouts. It's just not as well known. So, God damn it, we girls, we want what's the best. So we have to be in the freaking Boy Scouts because boys are better, the organizations are better, the way they train are better, and they're more prestigious because they're better. And here I was thinking I couldn't get angry. I'm going to give myself a fucking heart attack. Jesus Christ. It's not nearly as well. Who gives a shit? It's not new. Make it as well known then, ladies. This is the problem with women. They are weak and pathetic. And instead of making themselves prestigious, instead of achieving on their own, they have to ride the coattails of the opposite sex and take motherfucking shortcuts. Okay? And that is disgraceful. The Boy Scouts announcement fell on the International Day of the Girl. I've never heard of an International Day of the Boy. Is there such a thing? What is this? There's so many goddamn women's and girls' days. I think it's every motherfucking day is some new women's day. Designated by the United Nations, that's the same shithole that let Anita Sarkeesian speak. How could anybody even takes that woman seriously? And that stupid girl that played Hermione in the Harry Potter movies, that dumb young girl that doesn't know anything about the world. Idiots. Friction with Girl Scouts. Well, yeah, you're going to destroy... The Girl Scouts will cease to exist. Here's what's going to happen. The Girl Scouts will go out of business. They just won't have enough people joining. Because it's been said that the Boy Scouts is better. And now that, girls can actually join without any hindrance. Yeah, lots of girls are joining. They didn't care to, want to, or weren't really all that interested in it. But now that the avenue's open... There you go. And then they're going to create... But this is the thing I don't get. They're creating girls-only packs within the Boy Scouts and boy-only packs. Well, what was the point of joining the Boy Scouts then? I watched the news story. I'm not going to run it because every time I run any kind of story, news story, whatever... YouTube hits me with some kind of fucking copyright violation. YouTube are the biggest snitches in the motherfucking world. They must automatically see who the producer was and contact them and say, somebody is using your content. And they automatically copyright strike it, probably before they even heard anything back from the producer. I have no idea. It happens almost instantly. So I'm not going to post any of that shit because YouTube just loves to bring the hammer down on producers like me. They don't do it to anybody else, though, but me and other MGTOW producers, of course. You fucking cunts. So, yeah, I'm pissed now. The Boy Scouts have made no secret that the fact that they're considering expanding their main scouting programs to include girls. You just let girls in. What are you talking about? You have to. It has been a notion the Girl Scouts of America have strongly opposed. Of course, now you're going to put the Girl Scouts out of business, but they don't care. But the feminists don't give a shit about that. They don't give a shit about the majority of girls that want to be in the Girl Scouts and have no interest in being in the Boy Scouts. There's only a handful of girls in the whole goddamn country that want to join the Boy Scouts. But of course, those girls have been weaponized and made into some kind of victims who have to get what they want because they're fucking girls. And of course, as girls, they always have to get what they want. I want Barbie. I want a Kindle. I want to be the Boy Scouts. I want to be a boy. Sure. We won't even wait until you're 18. We're just going to invert your vagina and make it into a penis. Even though you're only 10 years old. Because you want it. The need for female leadership has never been clearer. Well, why don't the females make better female leaders, huh? So you're essentially admitting that men are better leaders. Their programs train better leaders because they're geared to train men who have the qualities to be better leaders. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to train better leaders. You morons! You're admitting that when you say that the need for female leadership is great. It's never been clearer, more urgent than this day, and only Girl Scouts have the expertise to give girls... No. Apparently not. The feminists are saying otherwise. They're admitting that the Boy Scouts are better. They said they're more prestigious, and they do a better job than you cunts. Problem with you Girl Scouts is that you haven't been as, quote-unquote, progressive as the Boy Scouts, and you haven't updated your programs with the times. That's your fault. Of course, it wouldn't make any difference, really, okay? This is all just a BS excuse, taking a few girls, weaponizing them to push the progressive agenda, which is to destroy boys. The Girl Scouts could be the greatest, most perfect organization in the world, but you got this handful of girls whose hippie mommies have essentially convinced them that they should be in the Boy Scouts and that they're somehow missing out on something. The organization sent a statement to CNN on Wednesday. CNN didn't even talk about the Girl Scouts, by the way, in their story. No talk at all. The benefit of the single-gender environment has been well documented by educators. Oh, well, as you can see, the CNN didn't even hardly talk about this, and even in this article, it's at the very end, and they don't even give any opinions or add any weight to it. You notice how all of their bias was pushed towards presenting the... Ooh, this I'm so pissed off. You see how CNN is so biased? This whole article was stilted with an editorial view to make the choice of putting girls into the Boy Scouts to be this great thing. And at the end, they put this bullshit with friction with Girl Scouts is they seem to portray it as bullshit because they don't give it one way or the other. They report this in an unbiased manner, but everything else, oh, it's great, it's wonderful. Oh, girls will benefit more in the Boy Scouts than more in the Girl Scouts. And then at the end, they put this little paragraph about friction with the Girl Scouts. Nothing. No opinion. No bias, good or bad. You know, they're just reporting news. None of their own opinions, which they shouldn't be giving anyway as a news organization. Yeah, it's been well documented, the single-gender environment. Oh, well, yeah, we have no opinion on that. You have an opinion, though, when it's about girls joining the Boy Scouts. That's just great. By educators, scholars, other girl and youth serving organizations, and Girl Scouts and their families. Of course, it's better if girls are in an all-girl group for extracurricular activities. It'd probably be better if they had their own goddamn schools and even, or at the very least, their own classrooms. But oh no, we have to mix things up and be diverse. Girl Scouts offers a one-of-a-kind experience for girls. The program tailored specifically to their unique developmental needs. Of course it does. According to this statement, that's why you have a Girl Scouts and a Boy Scouts. And that's why the Boy Scouts is for the boys, the Girl Scouts is for the girls, because the Boy Scouts is designed and tailor-made for boys. The problem with women is that they see the qualities that boys have and that they're better, stronger leaders and that they have certain qualities that these girls want to have. Unfortunately, you don't have those qualities. Okay? You cannot fit a square peg into a round motherfucking hole, you dummies. Should not refer to the Boy Scouts or Wendy's actions specifically. In August of this year, BuzzFeed, that liberal rag piece of crap disinformation group motherfuckers, the fucking BuzzFeed, they're disinformation news group. They're fucking propaganda. That's all they are. BuzzFeed. News obtained a strongly worded letter in which the GSUSA, just say this Girl Scout, oh God, President Kathy Hopenka. Oh, it's a woman? Huh? The president of the Girl Scouts is a woman? Oh my God. Where's the gender diversity? Oh, it's the Girl Scouts. Oh, geez. Oh, interesting. Accused the BSA of courting girls to boost falling enrollment numbers. Well, that's probably part of it too. Well, no, I don't think so. I'm not. No, you dumb bitch. That's not why. That is not why. They're afraid of losing money. They're afraid of losing their federal money. You idiot. Oh, my God. I mean, that's just icing on the cake, but they wouldn't have accepted Girl Scouts in, even if they wanted to, if it hadn't been for all that pressure from the feminists, okay? In the letter, Hannah called the potential expansions dangerous and reckless and claimed the BSA was trying to undercut the GSUSA with covert planning. It is also no secret the BSA membership has been declining for years. In 2016, the organization had reported 2.3 members and a decrease from 2.8 million in 2012. That's a fair loss. 500,000 members. The Boy Scouts membership peaked in 1972 with 6.5 million members at a time when we had a much lower population. So effectively speaking, the numbers have dropped far more because of the great increase in population. Their numbers should have increased, should be over 10 million now with the requisite increase in population. And of course, it's gone down. Just like with marriage. It's gone down, way down since 1972. Wait a second. Isn't it interesting that your drop in membership in the Boy Scouts is in almost perfect concert with third wave feminism popping up? Second and third wave feminism. Yeah, the appearance of hardcore feminism around 1970 is the exact same time that marriage started to drop. In fact, it dropped off a fucking cliff, and the Boy Scouts membership dropped off a fucking cliff. Huh. I wonder if there's a correlation. But of course, the feminists haven't cucked boys enough. Now they have to go right into the belly of the beast. It's just been their goal all along and destroy it from within, which is how they do things, as we know, because that's how they always do things, as they have done with the MRAs. They'll do the same thing with the Boy Scouts. This is so demoralizing. I tell you, this stuff gets to me. I really need to stop doing these videos, man, because this stuff really is so demoralizing. I get very angry when I read this stuff because it's so obvious what's happening to me, and I can't. It's so obvious to me what's happening, and I can't believe that other people are so stupid that they don't see it. This is the left socially engineering society. They'll get into everything, everywhere. Doesn't matter if it's privately funded. Doesn't matter if it is federally funded or publicly funded. They will get in. You form an organization, They will infiltrate. That's what women do. They are master manipulators. And we men, maybe we could be better at it if we tried. Hard to say, but they're pretty freaking good at pulling our fucking puppet strings, which is, of course, why we've went our own way, those of us who are MGTOW. But that's why I warn against becoming ideologically inclined with MGTOW and making it into a group. Because women will infiltrate it, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. Please contribute to my Patreon. You'll find a link in the description because, as usual, YouTube will, of course, demonetize this, which I ain't freaking surprised because all the fucking cursing I've done in it. So go ahead, demonetize me, you scumbags. And like and subscribe. I'm the MGTOW philosopher, and I wish you a good day. Take care.